everyone? Just waiting for everyone to take their seats. And yeah, so right now we've got a short presentation by one of our members, Matthew Chalk, on link building as a strategy for driving traffic to your blog. Now, Matthew works in the wacky world of SEO, and he got into that in a very interesting way, which he'll explain to you. Matthew?
Hey everyone, so this is going to be kind of really quick. I've got handouts in case you miss anything, but I've only got 15 minutes, so I'm going to go through this as quick as I can. Somewhat technical, but I hope you'll get some value out of this. Okay, first things first, who am I? I used to perform as a magician. It was my main job whilst I was in high school. I know I look like your typical puffy-haired magician, but whatever. And I started a website, and this was my first website here, and it's literally the most disgusting website in the world. Have you ever seen those free ads on TV by MYOB offering you a free website? That's what I did. Do not do it whatsoever. For the love of God, spend $10 a year for hosting in a domain. Anyway, so this was my first website, and I quickly realized that just having a website wasn't how I was going to make money online. I needed to market my website to people that would hire me, so corporate clients, mothers and fathers looking for performance at their birthday party, etc. So I decided to invest in this thing called SEO, and this was the second website I built, which was, the first one was called matsmagic.co.nz, the second one was magicalmat.com. And so this was my second website, and I decided to SEO it. And I thought the way to do SEO was to put the word Auckland on the front page of my website, Auckland Magician, sorry, as much as I possibly could to rank for that term. Funnily enough, this doesn't work, and you can see here, these yellow highlights were the home page of my website where I used the term Auckland Magician. So this didn't work, and I quickly learned that repeating the same words as an American salesman just doesn't work in SEO. So, why do I tell you this? Because there's many SEO professionals, excluding pure SEO, of course, Greg, out there that use, excluding them, that use extremely old and outdated techniques that claim to work the best in the world. I've been there as a business owner. My website, I believe, still ranks for Auckland Magician or Corporate Magician Auckland. Whilst they aren't competitive terms, it still ranks there today because I learned it from my own mistakes. I made those mistakes that you could have made yourself so that you can learn from me. I now run an agency called SEOZealand. I'm the CEO and owner of it. I don't have a team in New Zealand as such, but I have a bunch of outsourcers that I have in the UK and Canada. I've got clients all over New Zealand, Australia, America, and the UK, and I've worked with a bunch of these. Oh, geez, I pressed stop. That's the end of my presentation. There we go. That's all good. So I've got a bunch of clients all over the world because I now run my own SEO agency, ranking my clients for digital marketing, etc. So, what is link building? You know, contrast to what I was just saying. Link building is basically the process of attracting links to your website, and it's one of the most important things that I believe you can do for your blog or website. So the reason link building is important is in two ways possible. And me personally, a lot of SEOs are going to disagree with me, is it's content marketing. As you heard from the previous speaker, content is king. If you do a post, who's here, does anyone here, what's a blog? Who runs a blog? Someone tell me what blog they run. What's your niche of your blog? Okay, so inventory management. If you do a blog post on someone else's blog in New Zealand that's relevant to that, they're going to see the content on that blog and go through to you. You're going to get more traffic, and people are going to be interested in you more. You'll ultimately make more money. So it's basically driving people to your blog that's relevant to you. First main reason. Second main reason is that Google deems the content to be relevant that people are searching for in your industry if you have links pointing to your website. So if you have the way that I like to describe it is this: if you're an Auckland plumber, and you've got your Auckland plumbing website, I go fix toilets, blah, 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 and then you do a post and someone links to you and says, you're the best Auckland plumber in the world, visit their website here. Google's going to see that link and they're going to think to themselves, if a plumbing blog is linking to an Auckland plumber, then they must be relevant to people looking for plumbers in Auckland. Therefore, let's put them higher in the search results because of the relevancy of their website. I know that sounds kind of hard to explain. Let me give another analogy. If a chef came up to you and said, this is the best restaurant in Auckland, he's going to be a lot more credible than a random person on the street saying, this is the best restaurant in Auckland. That's the easiest way that I can put it to you. It's kind of hard to understand in regards to relevancy, but that's all I'll say in regards to that. So I'll just move on. So why is link building important? So there's this massive US company called Moz. They're the biggest SEO agency and resource of SEO in the entire world. And if you were to think of, they're basically the Colgate of SEO if you were to think of toothpaste. And each and every year, Moz compiles a study. They do a massive digital marketing study. It must cost them millions of dollars of what are the most important ranking factors for Google. We're talking about ranking your website or blog in Google search results. They do the study that shows you the most important things that ranks your website. And for the past 5 years, I know these screenshots are a little bit small, but for the past 5 years, link building has been in the top 3 results every single time. The fact of the matter is, if you aren't building links to your website, you're not going to rank in Google search, and you're just giving away traffic to your competitors that could be doing SEO. So, once again, what is link building? I'm going to be explaining and teaching you what I believe are the best, easiest, most out there techniques that you can use to build links to your blog or website to get it higher in Google to make more money, etc., etc., etc. And these 2 techniques are guest posting. Has anyone, show of hands, has anyone heard of guest posting before? A few people heard of guest posting? Yep. And broken link building. I assume not too many people have heard of that. And by using just one of these strategies, you will be able to gain a much better understanding of how Google works, and ultimately your SEO is going to go through the roof. So, guest posting. I'm sure a few of you already know what it is, but guest posting is creating content and publishing it on another person's website. Blogs are a very popular platform for guest posting, hence why I'm here. And this is a great way to build an online reputation for a company to get its name. So it's basically, once again, if you're an Auckland plumber, you do a guest post on a blog about plumbing, God knows who read those blogs or whatever, and Google's going to see that link from that post, and they're going to think you're relevant. Your SEO is going to be a lot better. You can just see there's a fantastic reason to get links to your website because it's the readers. Basically, your SEO is going to be better from guest posting. Whoops. Okay, so there's 3 main steps to actually going and doing guest posting itself. There's research, outreach, and content. And I'm going to explain these steps in the following slides. Research. So the first step to any successful guest post is finding a high-quality blog or website that will accept a guest post from you. So it's really important to not waste your time. If you go up to, let's say you're a technology company and you go, I want a guest post on Spark. That's just not going to happen. I mean, it may happen eventually if you're a huge brand, but the fact of the matter is they don't really care about you as a small blogger. So the research is arguably the most important part of finding websites and blogs that will let you post on them. So this is the technical part. You don't need to worry too much about listening to this. I've got slides and videos that I'm going to give out that are going to explain all this. I'm just going to give a general guide here. You can steal my resources and go more in depth in it. I know the picture's small. So we're going to be using some phrase operators in Google that are going to help us find the best blogs and websites that you can use to post, guest post on. So I'm going to use the example of wedding photography. Is anyone here a photographer or by trade? Okay, there you go. This is going to be relevant to you. So these are the following terms that I'm going to use. So I'm going to go into Google. So I'm just going to go to google.co.nz. I'm going to type in quotations, guest post by plus wedding photography. Now what Google's going to see from that phrase, it's going to search exactly for the phrase in the text, guest post by, and it's going to look all over the page for the terms wedding photography. This is really, really important because by doing these terms, we're finding a blog that's already accepted a guest post in the past, so they're going to be much more likely to accept a guest post from you, and it's obviously going to be relevant to your niche, which is wedding photography, photographers in Auckland, etc., etc., etc. So as you can see in this screenshot here, I know it's a bit small, it has 628 results. So there's not a lot of results here, but because we're in New Zealand, etc., it's a small country, it's going to be smaller than other places in the world. So what we're going to do there is once we've entered that phrase into Google, we're going to just go through the Google results and just open up like 10 new tabs. You're like, okay, that could be good, that could be good, that could be good, that could be good. Just build a massive resource, and then we're going to go through them and comb through them to see if they're actually going to be decent. So this is a website here, it's called oldforestschool.co.nz, I believe, and it was the first result when I typed in that key phrase in Google. And it was basically a guest post by this person here who was a wedding photographer that spoke about, I think it was how to use landscapes in your wedding photography. Fantastic. This website would be awesome to post on. It's a wedding venue, so it's a wedding venue that hires out their venue to people that are doing weddings, and they've already accepted a guest post from someone that's an extremely similar niche to us. Fantastic. That's really good. This is a fantastic website that would be good to post on. This was their website here. There's blah, blah, blah. This was just me highlighting how much of a realistic website it is. Research. So now that we've found out, we're going to do some outreach. I forgot to change the title. I'm very lazy. So this is what we're going to do here is we're going to outreach to the owner of the blog and ask them if they would like to post on their site. The exact copies here, don't worry about trying to read this and take photos of it. Once again, I've got all the information here. But basically, you're going to email them and go, hey, stumbled across your website, saw this guest post by John Smith, really awesome piece of content. I was wondering if you'd accept a piece of content from me. Now, this works a lot of the time purely because we've done the research and found websites and blogs that have already accepted guest posts. So you don't have to worry that much about, oh crap, if they're going to do it, I don't know if they've done it in the past. They already have, so they're much more likely to, simply because they've done it before. So some just important tips too, when you do send this email, so you obviously go through the website and find the email part of it, when you send them an email, always, what your domain is, have it my name, at gmail.com, matt@domain.com. Never use info@ or hello@. It doesn't come across as branding. If you give a personality to who you're emailing, they're much more likely to respond to you because you're going to seem like a real person. Important tip 2, this is for any kind of email marketing and outreach, follow the person on Twitter. If you can find their Twitter account and follow them and say in your email, hey, I followed you on Twitter last week, and they go through and check that, they're going to think, crap, this person actually means business with me. They've followed me on Twitter, they've been following me for a few whiles, they've liked a few of my posts, let's just give them an opportunity. You're almost as if you're doing them a favor. It's really, I've used this with heaps of different like marketing and email marketing techniques, works amazingly. And then content, you email the person and say, hey, would you accept a guest post from me, blah, 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 and if they accept you, fantastic. You go and you write the content. You guys are bloggers, you know, kick-ass content is king, go for it, go hell for that. You've got an awesome link that's pointing to your website, your SEO is going to be great. If the owner isn't interested in you, just move on to your next target. I typically do this, I outsource this process to people around the world. I don't personally do the outreach process, I do the kind of research part of it, and I do about 10 of these emails at once. So I'll just open up Gmail and I'll copy and paste the emails of my prospects, be like, okay, would you accept a guest post? Okay, would you accept a guest post? And within 3 or 4 days, I'll have 4 or 5 prospects that are interested in me having a link. And you know, that's my client's link, I'm done, easy. So it's a really, really good way of getting an easy link on a website. Tools, this is just a real quick plug. This is not a product I own. Holy crap, I wish I did, I'd make millions. Ninja Outreach, it's a paid tool that makes the entire guest posting process much, much easier. It's basically a database of thousands and thousands of websites and blogs, and you just chuck in a key term, photography, Auckland, digital marketing, and it returns crap loads of results. It has the contact information, Facebook information, Twitter information, email information. You can just copy and paste that into there and be like, would you accept a guest post? Obviously, it's not going to be as intense as manual outreach, but it's an easy tool. I think it's $29 a month US. I use it religiously just because it's, as an agency, it's a lot easier for me than doing the manual Google, but you know, whatever works for you. Broken link building. So let's move on from guest posting, broken link building. So broken link building, definition that Google gave me, is the act of acquiring a link to your website by pointing out a broken link on someone else's website. So to kind of put that into perspective, if you saw that someone's car was broken on the side of the road, and you went like, hey dude, I see your car's broken, I can fix your engine. They're now going to want to do you a favor. They're going to be like, oh okay, I'll buy you dinner, I'll buy you a beer, etc. It's kind of the same way how broken link building works. You go out and find broken links in the niche or industry you're in, you email the owner of the website or blog, be like, hey, this link is broken on your website, I've got a similar piece of content, link to me. And they're going to be like, oh crap, shit, I didn't know that link was broken. And they're going to be much more likely to link to you, since you've done them a favor. So once again, same 3-step process, research, outreach, content. Let's get into it now. I'm going to be using, once again, Google search operators to find broken links in your niche. So I did photography in URL links.co.nz. Greg?
Matt, you might want to just tell them what a broken link is.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I'm going a million miles a minute. So broken link is basically a link that doesn't work anymore. The most common is a 404. So it might be that John Smith has written an article on cars in 2001, and that website's dead. The domain is expired, it doesn't exist anymore. But this link is pointing to this website over here, even though the website isn't being used. So someone could just click on it and be like, oh shit, nothing's there. So basically you're pointing out to them something that doesn't exist, because their readers could be like, oh, okay, that's disappointing, and they're not going to find their content valuable. That's what a broken link is. Thank you, Greg. So we're going to be using these search operators. By using the term in URL links here, you're going to be searching basically the URL, the phrase links. So only that's going to be in the URL, so it's going to be searching for resource pages for photography that are in newzealand.co.nz. So once we have 5% websites, once again, I'm just going to go comb through the search results, open up a new tab. We're going to install the following browser extension, check my links. You simply need to go check my links. Once again, I've got links to all this stuff in the handouts I'll give you guys, so don't need to worry about it. And what this extension does is it goes through every single link on a web page and it checks if they're dead or alive. It does it all in like literally 3 seconds. So you press it, boom, and it gives you a spreadsheet of everything you need to know. So research, so this was the first website I came across here. Obviously you can't see too much. It was like a photographer in Auckland, and I think he was linking to resources of photography in Auckland. So it was like wedding venues, cake providers, groomsmen, I don't know, all that kind of stuff. And I ran the link, the broken links checker, and it came up like this with red highlights. And that's a broken link. The green ones are alive, the red ones are dead. So now once again, we do the same process. We've seen, okay, right, open up a new tab, let's go to our email content, and we're going to do an outreach. We're going to do a feeler email. So I just send the owner an email, and I just go, hey, I noticed some links are down on your website, would you be okay if I print them out to you? And I never immediately point them out to them because I don't want to waste my time. My time's the most valuable thing to me, owning an agency, Jesus Christ, it's so important. But I always just send a feeler email. Now this email is really important because if they just see, hey, your links are dead, they're going to be like, crap. Where are the links? Blah, blah, blah. And they're on a big blog. They don't have the time to go through every single link on their website. You've done the hard work for them. And so I wait for them to reply, and if they go, yeah, that'd be really great if you could fix them for me. And I just say, hey, I just noticed these links are down on your website. This is the URL. This is where it's pointing to. 5 minutes, okay, cool. This is the URL, this is where it's pointing to. I can fix this for you. Oh, by the way, I've got a similar piece of content on my website. Would you mind if you link to me? And 80% of the time, they're going to be like, oh, okay, well, that link was dead. I'll replace it with this. Because the link's obviously dead. There's no point in having it there anymore. If they're going to remove it, because they're going to have to remove it anyway, they may as well replace it with your link. You've got another link. You've got more traffic. You've got more SEO. Woo! The process is extremely easy, and it takes no more than 15 minutes of your time. Questions? Does anyone have any questions? Sorry for speaking so fast.
I know we said 15, 20 minutes, but we were giving you a little bit more time.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Any questions? SEO, life, girlfriend? No.
Okay, I've got a question for you, Matt.
Shoot.
Being a blogger, you know, you've just a lot of activities that you have to do. Creating kick-arse, as Danny said earlier, content, and you've got to do manage your community, and then you've got social media and SEO and stuff. Now, with SEO, what would you advise bloggers to do in terms of, you know, allocating their time to do SEO or link building, for example? Is it 10 minutes every day, or is it once a month? What would be?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I can slow down now. Honestly, like I said, do campaigns. So I do a campaign. It depends what you want to do. If you're really interested in SEO and you're in a niche that's really competitive. So if you're a photographer, photography in Auckland, very competitive. Tons and tons of different photographers. I have a site, a pay-per-lead site I'm trying to rank, and it's crazy competitive at the moment. So I would, if I was wanting to rank it, I'd do a campaign maybe once every 3 weeks. If you're just like, oh, okay, it's one of the activities I have to do once a month. So I just do this once a month, load up 10 emails into Gmail, bang, 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 done. Once a month. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. The fact of the matter is, it's such a solid strategy. In both of the things, you're doing them a favor. Guest posting, they're getting free content. They don't have to worry about a post in their blog for that week. And you're getting a link. Broken link building, you're fixing their website for them whilst doing literally nothing. You're just saying, hey, I've got a similar piece of content, go check it out. And you get a free link out of it. So I'd say just spend one day at the beginning of the month, load it up, probably take you the whole day to do both if you really want to do it intensely and properly, and then just paste it into Gmail, bang, 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 done. Any other questions about SEO, life, general, girlfriend, boyfriend?
SEO, actually. I was using a free SEO builder that had an upgrade, and it went up, and then it plummeted to the point that stuff from 10 years ago was ranking above me.
Okay.
Would that have actually been an upselling strategy on their part?
I'd have to know what it is. Was it like like, I don't want to obviously go probe too much here.
My web address.
Your web address.
Like, even that wound up below things from 10 years ago.
So, I mean, I'd have to see the website, do the due diligence, but in cases like that, the chances are the techniques that person, that business, that company was using were very spammy. They probably spammed tens of millions of links just with software, just boom, 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 and your site probably tanked because of it. And you'd have to go through this. Google has a disavow tool, which is basically a tool where you say, ignore these links, they're crap, because there's this thing called negative SEO. You might have heard of it. We have competitors are basically going to come along and build millions and millions of links to your website, and it's going to tank because Google's going to be like, oh, that dude's trying to manipulate the system. So yeah, I would assume that your website had been, they'd just used shady tactics, and because of it, you'd been penalised. You can talk to Greg on me afterwards, and we can look more into it. Any more questions? Sweet. Last slide. That's all, folks. You know, two of the best link strategies at your disposal. Even if you only implement one of these techniques, I'm sure you have incredible success, and your website or blog will benefit hugely from it. If you wish to contact me, Matt at SEOZealand.com. I've got handouts here. I'll put these on the Meetup page, people on the interwebs, so that you can easily just access all the stuff I was talking about. I've got a YouTube video that I uploaded this morning, which is literally the entire technique, a lot slower. And I've got a paste in file that you can just copy and paste the search strings I was talking about. All good?
All good. And we will upload the presentations of the speakers on Meetup, on the Meetup page. It usually comes out in files, is it, or discussion? Files.
Either.
Yeah.
Usually files.
Usually in files. So, and the past speaker presentations were there as well.
Well, let me remember to put them up there.
Awesome. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll put these on the table over here. You just can't